the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, LashWatt Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets.
At the LashWatt Fall Tire Sale, save up to $300 when you buy select tires with financing. LashWatt Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply. See lashwatt.com/sale for details.
See where, if you just counted that, if you said that's nothing, you would have basically known what last night was going to look like. Which was it? I said last night. Remember this? I had a few shots of tequila at this point. Casa Dragones, by the way.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
We got it for Jesse because we wanted to make sure that he had his super expensive tequila. Jesse Kelly, our buddy. And thanks to him and thanks to Michael Barry for showing up last night too.
Fantastic.
Super fun guys to have at your party and super insightful political minds, guys. That's fun to watch the returns come in with. So we had a great time. But I said last night, it's kind of a gentleman's B+ night. Did you guys ever talk about the gentleman's B+ at GW? We talked about this
called
at
it the
Amherst.
gentleman's C. So you were more,
Amherst.
Yeah,
People wear ascots at Amherst. Yeah,
We had a lot of gentlemen's C's.
Okay, yeah. So last night for the GOP it's a gentleman's B+. It's nothing for people to be down about. It just wasn't. Florida was what we were hoping would be that there'd be ramifications across the country, and that didn't happen. Although Florida, I mean,
we got the
bow
red
down
tsunami.
to Florida, my friends, because it's amazing.
We got the red tsunami in Florida. And look, we're texting and continuing to get updates. If Nevada and Arizona both end up going red, then we could win the Senate not even having to worry about what could happen with Herschel. That's not a crazy idea. I think the most likely outcome now would be that it comes down to Georgia again for control of the Senate. But I think we'd bump up to an A-, right? If you win the Senate and you win the House, that's an A. Right?
You're
in the A category.
Look, the governor's races, and this is so. I've really been trying to think about this. The governor's races. I was very open about this. You've been very open about this. It was really COVID and crime.
Yeah,
I think for us. And do people care enough in those states? Now they had a chance. And the truth is, they didn't care. They cared. They certainly cared in New York. It was the best Republican showing we've seen in a long time, certainly over a decade. And they cared. They didn't care enough. The governor's races would have just been more of, I think, spiritual and narrative victories for sanity. But if we're really looking at the cold hard facts, if you get the we got the House pretty much. You get the Senate. I mean, okay, we didn't get 54 seats. But having control is what really matters.
51 versus 50 is seismically different, as many of you know. All right. Talking positive negatives. I think one of the biggest things to come out of this is, Buck, I said it on the show. I was wrong on this. I will own it. I think you're going to get a stake on this one. I thought Joe Biden would get swept out in the red tsunami. I thought that we were going to have a nationwide repudiation of the Biden administration. Instead, Biden is not going to have a disastrous result in the midterms. And given the numbers that we see out there, I think a lot of Democrats are going to look at it and say, we're going to run the same game plan again in 2024, even though Joe Biden is 82 and dementia-riddled and unable to actually do the job of president. We just got John Fetterman and dragged his broke ass right across the finish line. We're going to do Weekend at Bernie's Part 2.
Yep.
Joe Biden is going to be the nominee.
Yep.
You stuck to your guns on it. I thought he was going to be the major casualty of the red tsunami. And so I think if you're a Republican waking up today, the one positive is I don't think Biden is that good of a candidate. And I do believe that if the Republicans nominate the right candidate in 24, and there's going to be a big nominating battle fight over this, I think we could break up some of that trench warfare, because I think it's going to be hard. As bad as Biden is now, Buck, imagine how much worse he's going to be in 2 years.
So this is, first of all, thank you for the
I've lost this
I'm just
one.
going to tell you, you're probably buying me 2 steaks. So you're going to have to be careful. Hunter Biden's not getting indicted now, my man. No way, no how.
I think he still might, because I still think they might indict Trump, and that's the way that they do it.
Well, it was this year we said, to be fair, but okay, maybe you think Hunter's still going to get indicted, although, I don't know.
I'm not sure that Democrats fear Trump. I will say at this point, after these results,
I'm just going to say this, and I don't want to
nominee.
upset anybody, because I know Trump did so much for the country, was such a good president. The Democrats want Trump. They want him to be the nominee. Now, people might be shouting right now, and they might be right. yeah, Trump will show them. That may be true.
Correct.
But I assure everybody, and there are Democrats that I still speak to just to get a sense of what I won't say the enemy, what the opposition thinks.
Yeah.
They want Trump. They want Biden Trump. Look what happened last night. Look at the 2020 results. They want Trump. So we have to take that into account. Now, I think that Biden is certainly going to be the nominee. And I think it's a very underrated superhero movie, Blade.
Oh, yeah, it's
Wesley
great.
Snipes.
Yeah,
really
fantastic.
good from the 90s.
Yes.
Very underrated. So it was before all the... There's a quote that he says, I think he's quoting somebody, I don't know who it is, but he says, when you understand the nature of a thing, you understand what it's capable of.
Yeah.
I understand the nature of the lib. I understand that they are ruthless. And what's amazing is that I thought that beforehand just because initially I had expected they won't make it Biden. I'm talking about now 2020. They won't make it Biden because that's so crazy. I learned a lesson. And the lesson was anything, anyone, they don't care. Now when you pile on top of that, the John Fetterman situation.
It changed my opinion.
You're in that same place now where you realize when you understand the nature of the lib, they are capable of anything for power. They will prop Joe Biden up, and they will feel not the least bit of shame. Clay, if he runs for re-election and wins and steps down 6 months after winning, they won't be like, we lied to everybody. They'll laugh.
The data, I think you have to constantly be questioning your opinions based on new information and new data. That's what rational and intelligent people do. And the way that they were able to drag John Fetterman across the finish line was so staggering to me that I said there's no way they're kicking Biden to the curb. Now, Biden might legitimately have a health condition in the next 2 years. He might die, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at his age, and I don't want it to happen, certainly, but when you're 79 or 80 years old, people get sick, people get unhealthy. 2 years and more in the White House, there's no telling what his physical condition might deteriorate to. But if they are physically able to do so, they are going to nominate Joe Biden, and they are going to try to drag him across the line again, just like they did with John Fetterman, Weekend at Bernie's 2 style. So I think if you're a strategic analyzer of the larger political picture, you need to be thinking, okay, who can beat Joe Biden? Who gets us out of this trench warfare? Buck, it's almost like the last 2 years didn't happen. Other than Florida, where we got the red tsunami, you pretty much could snap your fingers, and it's like people voted the day after the 2020 presidential election, because it's essentially, what are we going to be in the Senate? 50-50-ish. Where are we going to be in the House? 50-50-ish. There's almost not any dividing line at all. It's as if the last 2 years didn't happen.
You know what happens if you don't have enough testosterone? You vote for whoever the Democrats tell you to, even if it's somebody who clearly can't do the job, because you just do what you're told. You want to have the drive and focus that you need to get through your day and to make your own decisions, to make up your own mind, to be able to stand on your own 2 feet without doing whatever the Democrat apparatus demands of you. But you need the right biochemistry to get there, right? You need to have the oomph, the focus, the drive, the energy, or else, you just go along with the propaganda, my friends. I want you to check out Chalk's Everyday Vitality Stack. It's such a good source of energy and focus and drive. Chalk has supplements made with herbal ingredients that provide the body with nutrients you need to have energy and focus and stamina. This is a way of giving you sustained energy throughout the day with no crash like so many other things that are out there. And for men, the Male Vitality Stack replenishes testosterone missing from your body. What does it look like if you don't have enough testosterone? Think of all the guys out there who are voting for Beto O'Rourke, right? I mean, my gosh, Beto could use some Chalk for sure. You might want to check it out, my friends. You're going to love what Chalk does for you. The leading ingredient in Chalk's Male Vitality Stack has been proven to restore 20% of your testosterone levels within 3 months' time. And for women, by the way, there's a Women's Vitality Stack designed to provide better hormone health, too. We are all just functions of our biochemistry day in and day out. You need to balance it out and get optimum results for yourself. So if you haven't checked out Chalk's website yet, go give it a shot. Get yourself set up with an everyday Chalk subscription. And right now, you'll save 35% when you use my name, Buck, in the purchase process for the life of your subscription. You can cancel at any time. Chalk, CHOQ.com is the website. Use my name, Buck, for 35% off.
Speaking truth and having fun. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
Smith